Welcome back to yet another episode of the internet's favorite show, So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into that artist. And on this episode, we will be going over the epic catalog of Massachusetts natives Dinosaur Jr. I'd like to thank viewer Jacob Mahler for suggesting that I cover this artist. With their unique blend of indie rock, speed metal, and jangly guitar twang, Dinosaur Jr. are one of the most inventive bands of 80s and 90s alt rock. Since their first release in 1985, they have released a plethora of studio LPs, live albums, and singles. And as always, I will be your tour guide through all of this, suggesting 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think you should be listening to if you want to get into Dinosaur Jr. Let's get into the albums. The first Dinosaur Jr. album to listen to is their 1987 sophomore effort, You're Living All Over Me. This album shows the band coming into their own, understanding the sound that they want to create while still having fun with it. Take the album's opening track, Little Fury Things, for example. It opens up with these shrills and screams, but quickly pulls back into their more indie rock sound palette. It is a fantastic track because of its masterful mixture of harsh sounds with tolerable and enjoyable vocals. Then you get a song like Sludge Feast, which leans much more heavily into their heavy metal, Black Sabbath influences with this warbly guitar riff backed by these powerful rhythmic instrumental thrusts. The vocals match the instrumental, sounding slightly off kilter but still matching the song's power. Lastly, I would check out In a Jar. First things first, the bass on this track sounds absolutely lovely, sounding like a pickup truck driving along in a vast desert. The lyrics to this track are also great, talking about the compiling scars that we gain throughout our lifetime. All in all, You're Living All Over Me is one of the greatest Dinosaur Jr. albums out there, making it a perfect spin for new listeners. The next album to listen to is their 1993 release, Where You Been. With a much more polished sound in comparison to You're Living All Over Me, Where You Been finds Dinosaur Jr. pumping out some of their most catchy, genre-defying tracks yet. First, you gotta listen to the album's opening track, Out There. With fuzzed out guitars and pounding drums, this song is such a delight to listen to. It also helps that the vocals have a much more pop sensibility to them while still adhering to their noise rock backgrounds of warping sounds, adding to the song's overall emotion. Next, you need to hear Start Choppin'. With the first few guitar notes, you can already tell this song's gonna be a banger. It's perfect for rocking out at any point in time, belting out those ever-recognizable high notes, simply one of their best tracks. And the final song to listen to is Get Me. The song always reminds me of if Pearl Jam and mid-90s Pavement had a love child, with multiple guitar solos that actually stray away from their typical use of pedals and distortion. This song is an amazing ride from beginning to end. Where You Been is such a wonderfully crafted record, one that is full of tunes that you can both sing and dance to pretty much no matter what track it is. Now it's time to do some tracks. The first track to listen to from Dinosaur Jr. is Feel the Pain, the opening track to their 1994 album, Without a Sound. This is easily the most popular track in Dinosaur Jr.'s discography, but it holds that title for a reason. The track is written brilliantly, with 2 very distinct sections. First, a slower guitar and bass riff that is then quickly turned around into this all-out assault of guitar thrashes and lightning-fast drum crashes. And by adding in some fairly simple lyrics to remember, this song acts the perfect pop single from a group who refuses to be categorized by genre. I highly recommend listening to Feel the Pain before listening to any other Dinosaur Jr. track. The next song to check out from Dinosaur Jr. is Puke and Cry, which comes off their 1991 album Green Mine. With most of the other albums and tracks that I've talked about so far, I focus much more heavily on the guitars and vocals. But on Puke and Cry, it is the drums and use of negative space that gives the song so much more of a distinctive feeling. The vocals and guitars are still great, but it is the drums that truly shine above all. Like if you sat there right now and gun to head asked me what some of my favorite tracks are based on the drums, this would definitely be one of them. Oh, and it's just a great song anyway, definitely making it worth a listen. The final track to hear is Bulbs of Passion from their debut album Dinosaur. This is the most raw and unrelenting track on this list, as it is Dinosaur Jr. in their earliest parts of their career. In later albums, the band would be able to find interesting ways to weave their indie, country, heavy metal kind of sound into each and every one of their tracks, but on Bulbs of Passion, it is all near sludge metal, just leaving it all out in the open. It's pure, it's loud, it's raw, it's a damn good track. A personal favorite, if I might add. So definitely go give this one a listen. And that is all that I have on this episode of So You're Interested In. Once again, I would like to thank Jacob for recommending that I cover Dinosaur Jr. Honestly, I hadn't listened to too many of their albums before, so it was nice to kind of go back and listen to them again and get a good feeling of what I think you guys would like. Speaking of which, maybe you hated every single album and track that I talked about, and if so, that's totally okay. Just be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite albums and tracks are from Dinosaur Jr. Or you can follow like what Jacob did and recommend an artist that you think I should be covering. I think that would be awesome. I've got a lot of time on my hands right now, so I'd love to fill it by listening to music maybe that I wouldn't necessarily listen to otherwise. And who knows, maybe I'll be making even more videos each week to fill this void that we all have right now. So, while you're at it, please go subscribe below for videos just like this every single Wednesday, as well as on Fridays where I do video history essays on classic albums. And that is all from me. Go listen to some music, enjoy yourself, wash your hands, whatever you gotta do, just stay healthy, stay out there, be nice to each other, and happy listening.